So today we're talking about 4 cities in San Diego that I think are really gonna take off. I'll show you exactly what's been changing there and where I'm expecting home prices to go. So if you're planning on moving to any of these places, you should definitely keep an eye on them. By the way, my name's Nenad, and if you're thinking about moving to San Diego County, then I'd love to help you out. So feel free to give me a call or send me an email or a text and I'll answer any of your questions. All right, so home prices have basically leveled off in San Diego, but I'm always trying to figure out which areas will get the highest price growth. And one of the first places that comes to mind is San Marcos. So I spent a lot of time here over the last 10 to 15 years, and it actually feels like a completely different city now. So it used to be kind of a slow, sleepy town, but now it's one of the fastest growing cities in San Diego. And things really started to take off after Cal State San Marcos opened, and now the entire area is getting totally redone. So one of the biggest developments going up right now is North City, and it's right across the street from the university. So the thought behind North City is to basically build a walkable downtown for San Marcos. And this is only phase 1 that's going up right now. But there's everything from coffee shops, restaurants, breweries, apartments, and it's all within walking distance. And for phase 2, they're adding more retail, so there's going to be offices, parks, and a ton of new residential units. So it's going to be a great new place for younger professionals or someone who wants that downtown type of lifestyle. Now across the street, they've already built about 100 new homes, and they're in the process of building a few hundred more units. So this area is just booming with new construction right now. There's a mix between detached homes and townhouses, and I get a lot of buyers asking about these. Most of them are going to be 3 to 5 bedrooms, but the lot sizes are definitely on the smaller side. So if you want a house with a bigger yard, then you'll have to look in some other parts of San Marcos. Now they also started redeveloping the old Restaurant Row area, and there's plans for 200 residential units, some commercial space, and a public park. So there's definitely lots of new things coming up. And for now, there's no signs of slowing down because there's about 50 more projects getting approved. And one big project that just got approved this year is the new Scripps Medical Center. And this one's going to bring hundreds of jobs to the area. So when you build all these new businesses, there's going to be plenty of new people moving here, and that's only going to drive home prices up. But right now, a detached home is going to cost you about $1.1 million. So it's not as high as Carlsbad or Encinitas, but you're also getting a very similar lifestyle here. And the public school system's in the top 5 in San Diego County, and that alone pulls in quite a bit of demand. I'm also seeing a lot of people that work in Carlsbad moving here because it's only 10 to 15 minutes away, and they're paying way less for a house over here. So definitely pay close attention to San Marcos, or you can always reach out if you have any specific questions. Hey guys, just real quick, if you could like the video and make sure you subscribe, it really helps the channel grow and I can make more videos just like this one. Okay, so the next area is Oceanside, and it's actually been trending upward for a few years now. But at this point, you can really see all the new changes. Now, I will admit that Oceanside doesn't have my favorite beaches, and it's still going through some growing pains, but over the next few years, I think it's gonna change even more. It's also one of the cheaper coastal cities, and people that are priced out of Carlsbad or Encinitas, they'll usually start looking at Oceanside. So the median price of a detached house in Carlsbad is right about 1.9 million, but Oceanside's way lower at about $1 million. So it's basically half the price at this point. Now I remember downtown Oceanside from maybe 10 to 15 years ago, and now it just looks completely different. There's new hotels, apartments, mixed use buildings, and there's quite a few new restaurants. So now it feels cleaner and more walkable, and I'm seeing more and more people hanging out over here. There's also some young professionals living here now, and people that actually want to live that downtown lifestyle. So it's not just tourists anymore. There's also a big project that just got approved, and it's going to replace the old Regal movie theater. There's plans for 326 residential units, 26,000 square feet of commercial space, and a 15,000 square foot public plaza. So developers clearly see all the potential here, and it seems like there's always a new project popping up. I also get a lot of investors asking about Oceanside, and they're really interested in flips and short-term rentals because prices are definitely lower here, so they need way less capital to buy a property. And there's still some older neighborhoods where you can find those fixer-uppers, so yeah, lots of potential still in Oceanside. But I'm especially liking South Oceanside right now, and I feel like there's massive potential here just because you're so close to Carlsbad. So you're getting away from those higher home prices, but you're getting access to all of Carlsbad's amenities. And a lot of young buyers are moving to South Oceanside, so there's definitely some opportunities for first-time home buyers. Also, there's been quite a bit of effort to revitalize the whole city, so there's new breweries, coffee shops, yoga studios, farmers markets, and it just feels way more lively now. And the food scene's really blown up here, and it seems like every few months there's a new restaurant opening. So there's definitely things to look forward to in Oceanside, and I think home prices are only going to trend higher. Alright, now the next area is Mission Valley, and Mission Valley's already been a hub for San Diego, but there's so many new projects still coming. Now this area used to be a big commercial corridor, but now the vision's to turn it into a super walkable neighborhood. So there's plans for thousands of new homes, parks, retail, basically everything you need will be right here. Now, the first big project was Savita. So this is a huge master plan community, and it feels like it's becoming a small city over here. There's still some new phases coming up with more housing and retail, and if you want a new construction, then you definitely gotta check it out. And I love that it's super close to everything in San Diego. So you're only 10 minutes to the beach, 10 minutes to downtown, and 10 minutes to SDSU, so you really can't beat the location. Also, SDSU is completely taking over Mission Valley. Their innovation hub has plans for 1.6 million square feet of research space, and it's not just for their students, but it's also for startups and tech companies moving to the area. And once all these companies come in, they're gonna bring lots of jobs with them. So there's definitely gonna be a lot of pressure on housing, especially with all the new people moving here. Also, the River Rock project's another big one that just secured its funding, and construction's breaking ground right now. So they're taking a 200-acre golf course and turning it into a mixed-use community. So there's plans for 4,000 new homes, different retail stores, and they're gonna restore 100 acres of open space. So they're adding walking paths, bike lanes, and these super long parks that'll connect the whole community. Now, the whole idea is to basically turn this massive area into a place where you can live, work, eat, and shop and not have to use your car. And if you've seen the renderings, it's everything from dog parks to rooftop restaurants to co-working hubs, so life's gonna look completely different around here. And the home prices in Mission Valley are still lower than some of the other parts in the county, so the upside over the next 5 to 10 years is massive. But yeah, lots of new projects coming over the next decade, and I think Mission Valley is gonna be a totally different place. Alright, so let's talk about the last one, and that's Poway. And most people don't realize this, but Poway is one of the most supply-restricted cities in San Diego, because roughly 53% of the area is protected open space, and that's why there's not a lot of new housing going up. Also, the city is zoned for very large lot sizes in some places, and that makes it even harder to build more housing. Now, Poway has one of the best school districts, not just in San Diego, but in the entire state of California, and that alone keeps home prices elevated. So that's why families reach out to me all the time about Poway, and they'll literally move here just so their kids go to these schools. Okay, so there's still some new developments happening, and one of the newer ones is the farm. And this one went up where the old Stone Ridge golf course was, so there's 160 new homes and 70 acres of open space. And it's not just the homes, but it's a complete community. So there's parks, trails, and even a farm-to-table concept going on. Now, another new community is Harmon Ranch, which they're in the process of selling right now. Most of these are gonna be between 4 and 5 bedrooms and 27 to 3,100 square feet. And they're starting around 1.3 million. So if you really want a new construction home in Poway, this is one of the only communities where you can get one. And with all the different building restrictions, it's pretty rare to see new communities around here. And with limited land left to build on, any new development's gonna have a lot of interest on it. So I think new construction is gonna see some strong growth over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, even resale homes hold their value really well in Poway, and a well-maintained home that's priced right will still likely get multiple offers because there's just not enough supply. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Also, Poway's been investing a lot in infrastructure, so better roads, new public amenities, and that might not sound super exciting, but people pay attention to it. So yeah, there's definitely lots of potential here, and it's just a great place to raise a family. You get all the space, the privacy, and the quiet, but you're still only 20 to 25 minutes from the coast. And most people tell me it feels much more mellow over here, and that's exactly why they love it. Plus, the outdoor scene here is amazing. You've got Iron Mountain, Lake Poway, and you'll see people hiking, biking, fishing, so it's just a completely different pace of life over here. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, then Poway's a really great place for you. Alright guys, hopefully you got a lot of information out of this video, but if you have any questions about any of these areas, or if you need any more info, just give me a call or send me a text. Or if you're thinking about moving to any other parts of San Diego, then I'd love to help you with that too. It's definitely hard trying to navigate everything by yourself, so I'm happy to guide you in the right direction. And even if you're not planning on moving right now, we can always just put a game plan together, so that way when you're ready, we'll know exactly what needs to be done. So make sure you reach out. All my information's on the screen and down below. Also, you can watch some of my other videos, or maybe just watch this one right up here. They're all super helpful and they're packed with a ton of information. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.